welcome back to Embrace and Evolve with Cassie. If you're returning from episode 1, thank you for continuing this journey with me. And if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is a space for honesty, healing, and growth. No judgment zone, no rushing, just real conversations about becoming whole, becoming new. In our last episode, we talked about the beauty of being single, how singleness can be a season of peace, purpose, and self discovery. Well, today we're building on that foundation. This episode is called Healing Before Dating Again. Because before you invite someone new into your life, before you open your heart again, before you swipe, listen, text back, or say yes to a potential, there's some inner work that deserves your attention. Now, I'm a woman of faith. So Psalms 147:3 says, He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. If you are a believer in God, God will heal those hurting wounds when you have faith and give all your hurts, your worries to God and leave it at the altar. But you have to let it go if you want to heal from it. A lot of people don't struggle with dating, right? They struggle with dating while wounded. Some people will go into a marriage or relationship without being healed, which can cause in a new relationship drama, arguments, disappointments, and toxicity. Unhealed heartbreak is a lingering emotional pain from past relationships or experiences that hasn't been fully processed or released. Also, unprocessed rejections, holding on to the pain of feeling unwanted, dismissed, or not chosen without allowing yourself to heal from it. Also, unspoken disappointment, holding in unmet, listen, expectations and unexpressed hurt rather than addressing them. Also, unresolved grief, pain from loss that hasn't been fully acknowledged and also processed or healed. When we don't take time to heal, we don't start fresh. We start bleeding people who didn't hurt us, even cut us. Listen, healing before dating isn't about being perfect. It's about being aware, aware of what hurt you, aware of what triggers you, and also aware of what you're still carrying. Because if you don't heal what broke you, you look for someone else to fix it. And that's not love, that's survival. Be honest. Have you ever realized you weren't as healed as you thought you were once you started dating again? Some of us been there. Some people start dating but still not healed. We start complaining about what one person did to us and put everyone in that same category. Let's talk about emotional readiness because being lonely doesn't mean you're ready. And wanting companionship doesn't always mean you're healed. So you may not be ready to date again if you're constantly comparing new people to your ex. You're dating to prove something to yourself or someone else. You're afraid of, excuse me, being alone more than afraid of being hurt again. You also shut down emotional at the first sign of conflict. Yeah. And you looking for someone to fill a void you haven't faced yet. Healing asks hard questions. Dating avoids them. And it's okay to admit, I'm not ready yet. That's not weakness. Listen, that's wisdom. I'd rather be in a place of healing than dating and still wounded. Let's name the pain. Heartbreak changes you. Rejection makes you question your worth. Also, disappointments can harden your heart if you let it. If you don't sit with that pain, it follows you. It shows up as a wall. It shows up as you have trust issues. It shows up as self sabotage. It shows up as settling or pushing good people away. Healing doesn't mean forgetting what happened. It means understanding how it shaped you and choosing not to let it define you. You deserve the love that isn't paying for someone else's mistakes. And so does the person you one day invite in. So, my question to you, and drop it in the comments, what's one lesson heartbreak taught you about yourself and not the other person? Healing before dating looks like taking accountability for your patterns, process emotions instead of suppressing them, allowing yourself to actually feel, understand, and also work through your emotions instead of pushing them down or pretending they don't exist. Ignoring how you feel, telling yourself, I'm okay, I'm fine, or when you're not. Staying busy to avoid thinking, hello, that's me. Bottling things up until they explode later. Processing emotions, acknowledging what you're feeling. You're feeling sad, you're feeling angry, overwhelmed, you still hurt, letting yourself feel it without judgment. Also asking why you feel that way, expressing it in maybe in a healthy ways like journaling, prayer, talking it out, crying, therapy, learning from it and releasing it instead of carrying that weight, learning how you communicate when you're hurt, becoming aware of how you act, speak, maybe shut down when you're emotionally hurt, especially in relationships or difficult situations. In plain terms, it's about noticing things like, do you withdraw or you go silent when you're hurt? Or do you get defensive or lash out? Do you or people please and say you okay or when you're not? Also, do you struggle to express what you're feeling clearly? Learning how you can communicate when you're hurt helps you. It helps you recognize unhealthy patterns, understand your emotional triggers, and also to communicate needs. Your communication needs more to be more clear. Prevent misunderstandings and resentment. Heal instead of reacting. It's really about self-awareness and also emotional growth. Identify your triggers and boundaries. It means recognizing what situations, your words, or your behaviors emotionally affect you and understanding the limits you need to set to protect your peace and well-being. Listen, becoming aware of what triggers your emotional reactions and knowing when to set boundaries. Learning what triggers you and establishing healthy boundaries to protect your emotional health. Also, understand your triggers and confidently settling boundaries that honor your healing. Knowing your triggers, respecting your boundaries, protecting your peace. Also, learning how to self soothe instead of seeking rescue, which means learning how to calm, to comfort, and regulate your own emotions rather than depending on others to fix your feelings or to save you from discomfort. Developing healthy ways, comfort yourself instead of looking to others for emotional rescue. Learning to meet your emotional needs without relying on someone else to make things better. Finding healthy ways to calm yourself instead of seeking validation or rescue from others. Also, learning to soothe rather than seek external rescue, like developing the ability to calm and support yourself emotionally instead of relying on others to fix it and carry your pain. Learning to self-soothe by building your inner strength instead of looking like someone to save you. Inner work is uncomfortable, but it saves you from repeating those cycles. It's choosing therapy, find your counselor, prayer, pray to God, journaling, write it down, rest, or reflection over rushing into the next connection. It's learning to sit with yourself and still feel whole. And when you do that work, listen, you don't date from pain. You date from, like we talked about last episode, you date with clarity. Remember that word clarity. There's pressure to move on. I know, pressure to get back out there, pressure to prove you're okay. It's pressure. But healing doesn't respond well to pressure. You don't have to rush love. Listen, you don't have to prove you're healed by dating again. You don't owe anyone access to you before you're ready. Taking your time is not falling back, it's protecting your future. Now, here's today's takeaway: healing before dating again is an act of self respect. It protects you, it protects your future partner, it protects the love you haven't experienced yet. Don't carry yesterday pain. Listen, don't carry yesterday pain into tomorrow's love. Pause, heal, and reflect. Love feels different when it's chosen from wholeness, not wounds. So here's a question and post your answer in the comments. What parts of my heart still need healing before I invite someone new into my life? Also, write down this affirmation: I give myself permission to heal before I love again. I am worthy of healthy, whole, and love. Thank you for sitting with me in this conversation. If you in a season of healing, I want you to know you're not alone and you're not behind. You can find my grief journal, My Heart Forgot to Tell You, available on Amazon. My workbook, The Healing Pages, is available at Cassify.shop. If you'd like to connect, share your thoughts, or submit questions for future episodes, please email me at embraceandevolve25@gmail.com. Take your time, protect your heart, and remember, healing first changes everything. I'll see you in the next episode of Embrace and Evolve with Cassie. Until then, keep choosing you.